First off, my name Toe, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding band. I done peeped at all these rappers won't be secondhand. My pop said I'd be broke and barely eat. I should've bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way, way, way up. Long ways from the days I evade valet stores. Couldn't pay nowadays. All the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks. From Mercedes, I resage Chukwueze. Then my babies. Label hippie tryna sway me. Pay me. Wrote the game 2020. You can see it plainly. Can't nobody play me. I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip. You can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot. Feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Snowhawks of Toronto taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. But right away, they'll change the look. First play's a run with the Wandu. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action now. Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On play action, Cousins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Lucas Van Ness in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And here's Ryan Wright now,
as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30.
So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Here's Strong to begin the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
That's caught by the rookie, Jaden Reed.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
This defense for the Vikings, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On second down, the run was strong.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Too long for a field goal, too short to put that in between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go with Jones. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Love. This one swung out here to Jones.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Here's Love.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jordan Love
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Snowhawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early.
There he goes, right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. play fake. Cousins. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
The Vikings had 6 and 9 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Cousins here going to change the play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing in these and turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing. Love. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here we go. 3rd down and 6. Love now.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll run it with Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. To throw now. Here's Love. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Let's go now.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Love going to give this one to Jones.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. On 4th down, Love. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now Love. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here.
Finds Strong on the check down. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Strong.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Love looking to throw it.
A check down here to Jones.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Working out of the gun. Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And this one is right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Second and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Love drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time tonight. Oh, fighting off the defender. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. There's certainly a need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second down, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Following the interception, Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. An inside give to Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Love. Touchdown! Jaden Reed in the final seconds of the first half. And the Snowhawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Nwangu now from his end zone. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis and Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Second down, here Strong once more. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play fake. Here's Love. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Give up the middle to Strong. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Love. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Up the middle, Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And quickly, they get to the line. Love from the gun. That's complete to Wicks. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Straight ahead is Strong. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Okay,
2nd down and 4.
Watch out now. 50 ready?
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's caught. Touchdown. Luke Musgrave. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Snowhawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. Cousins now to throw on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Now a 2nd and 10.
Cousins again.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A throw there by Love, pulled in by Reed.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Cousins on 1st down.
This is caught by Addison.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Jordan Addison,
54 yards.
and the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
Down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Throwing. Love.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Following the interception, Cousins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And they're going to speed things up here. Love now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw now. Here's Love.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Room past the 35. Across midfield. He's on his way.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but Definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
To throw, Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and as a result, possession switches hands. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example.
Touchdown!
Christian Watson.
65 yards.
And the Snowhawks stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Lucas Van Ness,
his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. On play action, Cousins.
He gets it to Addison.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Cousins. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Lucas Van Ness bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. So, Charles, I mean, this is just becoming an exhibition now on how to rush the passer.
Yeah, and I can't help but laugh a little bit because I'm enjoying what we're watching. This is coming from a guy who was in college just a year ago. And we keep harping on their evaluation. They saw not just a guy who could rush the passer, but could rush the passer well. And that's why they took him as high as they did.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed